my lovelies, Barbara here with another tarot reading for the week ahead. It is Monday, the 9th of March 2026. And I hope you had a fantastic weekend, because I certainly did. I ended up in Glastonbury on Saturday with one of my students. We had a whale of a time. It was really, really enjoyable, fantastic time. So I hope your weekend was good too. So we're going to get straight into the reading. Now, I'm not sure if I've used this deck before. I don't recall, but I may have in the past. So it's Tarot of the Sorceress, and I remember buying this in Glastonbury. I think it was last year. It's a really nice deck. I'm just going to put it down to one side there. So 5 cards, 4 of which are majors. This is a very, very important week this week for us, where we can make changes both within our own lives and others. And it's a very magical week. And the reason, not just because I've chosen the Sorceress, but also because when I do my blessings, anybody who's ever trained with me know I teach about blessings, blessing the cards and things like that. And the wording changes slightly for each reading. And this one came up with transformation and owning the past. And strangely enough, the first card is the Emperor. Now, look at that amazing card. Now, again, what's interesting with this week's reading, you've got a sun in the background on the first card and the last card, and the 3 in between are moons. Very magical. We like it. So here we have the amazing Emperor. It's they're very, very tall cards, so I can't get them all in properly. You see they're quite shiny, but this wonderful gilt sun round. Now, the Emperor is all about understanding your actions from the past, as well as actions you intend to do for the future. But it's taking responsibility for those. So this is where we have to stand up and pull on our big boy or big girl pants and think, right, where have I gone wrong in the past? Now, I'm not necessarily saying where you need to take responsibility what you've done overall, but taking responsibility of how you've dealt with it and have you learnt from it. We all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. Flipping heck, I've made so many mistakes in my life, but I've also made a lot of positive changes that has helped me because I've learnt from the past. The Emperor is such a strong card. And this week, you will need to look to your past and recent past as well, but also long past. What do you feel that you're not really happy with? Oh, I should have done that a different way. Well, okay, yeah, perhaps you should have. You can't change the past, but you learn from it. Take responsibility, and only then can you transform to perform magic, because you need that acknowledgement of what you've done in the past and what you've gained and learned, ready to move on. So once you do that, and this is very exciting actually, because then you get the Fool, and look at this wonderful Fool, and there's the first of the moons up there. She's reaching for that moon. She is flying on a broomstick. Now, this is a very young witch or sorceress, whatever you want to call her, and that's it. It's almost like a new beginning, letting go of those things in the past that you're not happy with. No, it could very well have happened to you, but it's a week of responsibility. You need to take responsibility for your actions, and only then can you move on and start creating that magic where you want to go and what you want to do. But this is particularly important with how you feel about yourself. So this is a sort of relationship week, even though there's no cups or anything in there, but it's your relationship with yourself so that you can reach for that moon. Is there any stars in there? Yeah. Oh, look, there's actually guiltiness as well. So look at that. You want me to see, actually, she's got like these little pouches. That's full of all her magic ingredients, all her dried herbs and her crystals and all this sort of things, ready to move on and decide what she actually wants to transform. Now, it could be herself she wants to transform. It could be something else she wants to transform in her life. But nevertheless, you have to have that balanced feeling of inner being to be able to do that and to do it correctly. Because then once you understand that, look at this moon, look at that, we've got the triple goddess here, and this is the moon, that reaching out. You're already the Fool reaching out, but here you've actually reached to that moon. You can manifest things. Now, we've already gone through the full moon. I think the next full moon is on, I think, the 2nd of April, something like that anyway. So this gives you a time scale almost to actually put into action what you're going to do on that full moon, it can lead you forward. What on earth are they? Oh, I thought they were ducks. It's only because I'm looking in the, obviously, the camera. That's interesting. They've got lots of lily pads. So you can basically walk on the lily pads towards this wonderful triple goddess. This is such an empowering week, because then you get the minor. Now, there's that wonderful full moon in full, literally. So this is why this is going to give you a timescale to work towards. And sometimes we do need a timescale. It's like, isn't it, like losing weight? You know, yeah, well, I'll do it, start tomorrow. But when you've got an event to go to or something like that, crikey, I've got to lose this weight by whatever date, it gives you that oomph to actually go for it and set things in motion to actually do it. So I will say this week, aim for that full moon. We've got to go through the new moon first. We're actually waning at the moment. We want to start getting waxing so you can actually put into sort of workable actions. Doesn't sound right, but you know where I'm coming from, on the full moon. Really, really important. Look at that. It's so glorious. And look, the clouds are moving. They're moving out the way. You've seen through the clouds. You can now see clearly. What's that up there? There's clouds all the way around it, actually, but it's come out from those clouds. Things will become clear to you, so clear to you, but you need to work for it, and you need to take ownership of what you've done in the past, because then, and only then, do you get that second sun. Remember I said at the beginning and at the end, look at this. We've got the Chariot. Now, there is somewhere on here, there we are. There's a butterfly, transformation. Remember, magic is about transformation. So she is moving on. She doesn't have actually a chariot with her. She's just, I know where I'm going. Now, I don't know how it's appearing on the video, but she's actually moving. If you're looking at it this way, moving to the right, that's moving forward to the future. So she is surrounded by all these wonderful flowers. You've got the sun behind her, sort of illuminating her own mind and the way she works and the way she wants to move forward. That's us at the end of the week that we can aim for. We won't transform to this by the end of the week. We've got to look for that 2nd of April, whenever the next full moon is. So I think it's the 2nd of April. But nevertheless, this week is where you can start the ball rolling to become that chariot, to be able to move on and create what you need and want to change within your life. But of course, remember, think about your responsibilities, take ownership of the things you've done incorrectly, but also correctly, and how you feel about it. Think about the things, oh, I'm not very proud of what I did that. You know, where I did that, I could have tried harder, I could have done it a different way. Okay, fine. Learn from it. That's what it's all about. So have a fantastic week. So this is an important week where you can start the ball rolling, literally, and start creating that transformation for a few weeks' time when you can start the actual changes. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Have a fantastic week. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.